Well, good morning. When we first went out on the exchange, the first word I had was wow, because that's a lot of what we felt that day. And what I really want to speak about is three things for just a minute. First, I'm going to share some pictures on video here in a moment, if it'll come up. I've got a great view of it on the monitor. You're going to get to see it soon. If you can flip it over. Perfect, there we go. This will run along the way for a minute, but it gives you a sense of what the day was like, how much fun we had that day. But I'd probably focus on two or three things in this as you're watching it and while I'm talking. You're going to see a number of people completely paralyzed, walking around Times Square, going out and buying things at carts, going shopping, and having an absolute wonderful day. You're also going to see a gentleman, Dr. Mick Gopher. You've heard a little bit about him. He is a gentleman who's a quadriplegic, and he invented this product. And I think he had a remarkable day as well as you watch part of this. The IPO, I get asked a lot about it as an exit. It is not an exit for ReWalk Robotics. It's a beginning. We probably did go out a bit early, but we have a very, very real mission. And the IPO enables us to pursue this mission and succeed in providing this system for many individuals who otherwise would have a very different life. And I think I was drawn to this initially because of the difference it made for people. And then as I looked at it, it had the perfect challenges. There's a market to be built. It can be a multi-billion-dollar market. And we can help a lot of people, and there's a good business case for it. And as you look at a few of these individuals, many are military, a couple of housewives, people that just were in everyday life, no different than any one of us in this room, when an unfortunate moment of fate changed their life. So I'd switch a little bit more to OurCrowd. I first met them about 1.5 years or so ago. They were at their beginning. I wasn't sure about who they were or what they were. I've raised money in my career about 13 different times. I don't know how many venture capital groups I've talked to anymore, but it's over 100 anyway. I've been through a lot of diligence efforts. What I learned in my experience with OurCrowd was the quality of people that they brought on and the way they conducted the diligence effort was generally better than most of the venture capitalists I've dealt with in my career. If you're a CEO, you sit on the other side of the table and you're answering questions. And you can tell the quality of the questions because you know the fundamentals that are most important to a business. And what I found in OurCrowd, their group was good enough, experienced enough, knowledgeable enough. They asked the right questions. And that gave me a lot of faith in, yeah, this would be a good group to invest. Since they've invested, the amount of advice I get from them that is valuable and meaningful has been extensive. So I appreciate it. They are a big part of the success of this company and are moving forward. Now, the last thing I want to take a moment to, I said this is a beginning. Well, the goal of Dr. Gopher was to allow someone who is paralyzed to be able to stand and walk and live in their everyday life with a device like this. So our real mission now is the execution phase. We have to take this to as many people around the world as we can. We have our FDA clearances. We have our clearances in other countries. We also now have a pretty good global footprint. But the execution phase is what we are using the proceeds for, and the IPO, OurCrowd, and the other investors in our company have enabled us to do this. So we'll continue to report on that as per a public company. I can't even tell you all the good things that are going on. In fact, I can't even tell you there are good things going on. I think I'm being correct. But listen to our quarterly calls and we'll give good updates. Last, what else can you do for us? I'm not afraid to ask. In fact, Jonathan's teaching me a lot. Don't be afraid to ask. The more we can teach people about this on a global scale, as you're talking to people, if you know someone who's injured, tell them to take a look at ReWalk.com. They've got to know what's possible. So a lot of our effort on publicity while we're promoting the company, it's letting people who are in an injured state knowing there are options for them in life. And there are options that change a lot more than walking. This isn't just about getting up and walking around when you can't walk anymore. The changes in the health and the metabolism and the overall profile of an individual once you're walking again are tremendous. The money we save the healthcare system, the money we save in reduced medications and the improved quality of life exceeds the cost of the device by a dramatic amount. That's why we'll get reimbursement. But as we're looking to build the reimbursement, if anybody is interested in sponsoring systems for those who can't afford it, for those who are, could use this for better health, we would appreciate that as well. So I'm easy to find, ReWalk.com. If anything to that, it'll eventually make its way to me pretty quickly. And if you could look at the finish of the video now, I think, look at the, Dr. Gopher. The man had a dream. I got him to cry there at the end. But it was a tear of joy for what he has accomplished. This is his mission that I'm getting to be a part of completing. So thank you to OurCrowd. I appreciate everything you've done, and I look forward to continue working with you.
Stand by.